I'm disgusted, man, with this club. Like, honestly, like, and there's so many things that I'm pissed off about. I feel the fans are at the lower end of the issue because they're just upsetting it. The fans are like,
It's emotional.
you can't blame the fans for the situation the club is in,
But fans
But
are blaming
then
other fans though.
no, but
There's
that can
infighting.
be allowed. No, that's gonna happen because everyone's frustrated. I understand everyone fighting because like
It's
there's
chaos.
equal argument for everything. Do you know what I mean? But what you do have to say is it is that whole the issue with Man United and where we there's been no realism when talking about this club. We are not good. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not wicked. We haven't been good for a very long time. And yes, we finished 15th last season, but obviously expectation went up, but the talent and all we had didn't go up. We're the same. And that's the hardest part for everyone to really realize. Because even now you're hearing I've heard all the pundits and ex-players there has to be a Man United way. There has to be this, there has to be that. And these are the things we need to talk about because where was the quarter? When we'll say, hey, AFCON, you've lost Brian and Bemo, you've lost you lost Ahmad, you've lost Delit, you've lost Maguire. All these players were gone. There was no breakdown or understanding of this has happened at this club. It was just get on with it. Excuses. And then after now you're looking at this team. I'm hearing for the first time they're like, you lost to Brighton's B team. I've not heard any B team talk this time because we don't get to use that and say, hey, this was a B team, this, that, and the other. But it's just not realistic. And then now we play a system, we go back to a system now we all recognize under Ten Hag. And what happened? The donut showed itself again. And do you know what hurt me the most yesterday was the fact of we've gone back to a system that everyone knows, everyone loves, but it doesn't work. Because what we tried to convince ourselves in being angry with the other guy is this was better. No, it wasn't. It wasn't better. We sucked. And now all that happened yesterday was there was no control. There was no all the things that I understand and have seen and said. You know what I told you about? I'm seeing green shoots. Because forget the Carrick situation. It's
Yeah.
not even about Carrick.
Yeah, the green shoot.
Carrick is here for a short term. So I don't even want to talk about Carrick. That's minimum. All Carrick needs to do for me is get me some type of Europe. But what we need to talk about is this club and how there is an expectation without reality. There's expectation of we're Man United, we should be doing this. But guess what? Those things are not there. We piped on, play the youth, like and bless Lacey the other day. Like that's what happens. That's what happens. We're calling out saying do things the Man United way. Well, guess what? Some of these lot are not like typical Man United youth. Now you got one or two, but you're never gonna get a class of '92 again. And the problem is, this club is we're almost like we're weighed down by the history. That's the truth. We're weighed down by who we think we are, and we're not that anymore. That's the honest. And guess what? In this time, and I don't want to be right, but in this time of us switching the system, going back, we're just gonna see what we've always known as the truth. We are lacking and we still need investment. And those guys upstairs, if you want to now get into the upstairs talk, they told me they're buying players not for a particular person. So why are we not operating in the window? The window's open, guys.
Yeah.
Because
they've done this, it's taken all of the thing away from the window where we're not even talking about transfers.
Well, no, but the whole plan of having a sporting director was it doesn't matter who's in position, I can still do my job. So now all of a sudden we're waiting for what? You have a style, a way of how you want this club to play. You have a philosophy and a plan, regardless of who's in post. And this is why that is total bullshit. They don't. There is no plan. There is no plan. There is no whoever comes in, they're going to listen to, and then they're going to start again. That's what's really happening. That's all. So when anyone says, I'm not sure a new manager's going to want to work under this regime, no, they are going to work on it. Just says coach. Nobody still knows what they're doing. Because we should still have. Do you know what will make me more relaxed? If I saw Man United go in and bring in a winger or a defensive midfielder or a centre back, that would let me know. Oh, guess what? the plan still goes on regardless of who's there. But we're not making them moves, and we won't make those moves this season, this window. We're not going to do nothing.
For me, I hit everything you're saying. 100% agree with. 100% agree with.